Hi, this is Dr. LaPaglia, and now I'd like to talk about how there is a matrix in this world, okay? It's called the corporate matrix, and Edward Bernays is by far the supreme architect of this matrix, alright? Now, I want to talk to you about the connections between big tobacco and big pharma, and how all these big, gigantic corporations have intimate relations with big media, Time Warner, New York Times, SBC Communications, Verizon Communications.
Everything except what's real.
And they don't talk about the real problems, they talk about phony problems.
The guys who are listed in the Fortune 500.
These are the mother effers who are screwing you over. People like Robert S. Miller, Stephen M. Wolf.
When your wages have grown 25% roughly, say 15 years, and
Charles F. Knight,
your wife has to work, and your kids can't eat.
W. James Farrell,
no future, and
John C. Pope,
you have a lot to be angry about, but people are
Charles
not
R. Lee,
what's doing.
William G. Bowen,
in which there was a live
Sidney Taro,
that was organizing these people. Exactly, these people work together.
Robert J. Darnall, Dudley Fishburne, who worked for the person who killed my dad. People who made Marlboro cigarettes, Altria Group, who are Philip Morris, essentially. Okay? See, it was Dr. Bernays who created the torches of freedom, the cigarette as a means of marketing towards the women's suffrage movement. So you had to buy cigarettes, you had to smoke in order to support the woman's right to vote movement. So you had to smoke in order to be a real woman. And that's how the women's rights movement was born. It was made to push dope. It was made to push dope, you morons. That was the goal. Alright? It's not about workers and their firms. It's not about workers and their firms. There are no workers in their firms. Okay? They are owned by the elites. And notice how this matrix is intimately connected with the banks. See, the bankers own you. Okay? Let's see here. American Express. Oh, what a surprise. And how did they keep track of you? How did they keep track of you? Oh, IBM. The same people who kept track of how many Jews were being killed in concentration camps. You know the punch card machines that labeled you a Jew or a gypsy and whether or not you should go to the work camps or the gas chambers? These mother effers were the people who decided where you went. They made the machines. They were the ones who had people go to the concentration camps in Nazi Germany and create that system. Alright, these guys right here, and they're still around, and they're the same exact Nazis. Okay, and they even have positions in academia, like Shirley Ann Jackson. Alright? They're all interconnected, all of them. Every single one. Franklin D. Raines, Ellen R. Marham, Henry B. Schett. It sounds like a German last name, doesn't it? Ivan G. Seidenberg, Richard L. Karian. And who are they connected with? Aha, Big Pharma. You see, Big Pharma is no different from the dope that Dr. Edward Bernays pushed. Okay? See, once you take a drug, once you pop a pill, you're addicted for life. Okay? There's no difference between drug dealers on the street and CVS, Pfizer, Medtronic, Eli Lilly, Merck. By the way, Merck put AIDS viruses in hepatitis B vaccines to eliminate homosexuals in San Francisco. Okay? Do you really think you can trust those guys? I don't think so. Johnson & Johnson, Wyeth. Alright? These are the same people that screwed you over, constantly, and the sheeple will remain willfully ignorant right up to the very end. Alright? The matrix is all around you. And you can learn about it. You can learn about it if you choose not to be willfully ignorant. You can go to the SEC records and find out who was where when certain decisions were made. You can research it. Or you can take the blue pill and believe what you want to believe. Believe whatever these firms right here, whatever Time Warner, New York Times, SBC. Hi there, this is Dr. LaPaglia, and today I'd like to talk about how the market is manipulated, and stupid people think this is just happening by random. Okay, look at Citigroup. Alright, it went down 23% today. Okay, just today. Alright, yes, the market is being manipulated, and it's so obvious. Alright, this was the biggest financial company in the world. Alright, and now it has a market cap of $24 billion. That's it. Alright, it was reduced to nothing pretty much overnight. You're an idiot if you think the market is not being manipulated. Alright, you have to be a real dumbass to lose $80 billion worth of assets overnight. Okay? It doesn't happen by accident. Alright, these are people who are rational and scientific in what they do. They do this stuff for a living, people. Alright? Now, just look at the graph. Look at the graph. Look at how Citibank stock has utterly collapsed. This is insane. Alright? See, they're screwing over the sheeple. Alright? This is all happening on purpose, and it's all planned. Alright? It's 100% planned. Look at Citigroup. This is the biggest bank, period. Alright? It was the biggest bank, period. Alright? It was going to be the financial supermarket. But you see, the rich don't want that. Because if you have one bank that owns everything, people will eventually figure out how badly they're getting screwed in this financial system. They'll eventually figure out that they're getting bent over by the government and big corporations and getting the Washington Monument shoved up their ass. Okay? They're getting raped in this economic system. See, the rich don't want that, so they're breaking up Citigroup. And they're doing a pretty good job of it. Alright, look at Morgan Stanley, alright, which is purchasing components of Citigroup, the brokerage parts. They're taking a good hit. Alright, and you know who's going to win? You know who's going to win? J.P. Morgan. You know why? Because he hired Edward Bernays in the 1920s. That's why. Because they figured out that the average person is an idiot. Alright, and this is why they're going to come out the winners. They have the biggest market cap, period. They're going to own the United States. If you look at it, yeah, they took a decent hit, but they're going to survive. They're going to be the biggest bank. Alright, and you know what I'm doing with my money? Alright? I'm investing in the military-industrial complex, okay? I hope people die. I hope the stupid people die off of this planet. Because whenever there's a boom and a bust, there's always a war. There is always a war. Okay? Always. Do you think it's a coincidence that there was a Great Depression and World War II? No, it's not a coincidence, okay? There's going to be a big war, and I'm going to make a whole lot of money off of it. Oh yes, I am guilty of being a war profiteer. Alright, guilty as charged, because I hope stupid people die, and I hope I make a lot of money off of that. Alright, this is Hexcel Corporation. They make advanced composite materials, mostly for aircrafts, things of the like. In case you haven't realized it yet, we spend $2 trillion on a B-2 bomber, not to transport people. This is not a passenger aircraft, okay? It's a killing machine, alright? It's a genocide machine, alright? The goal is to commit genocide with these big with these aircraft, okay? They're bombers. They kill people, alright? That's the goal. The goal is to kill people, stupid. Alright? I hope I make a lot of money off of that, alright? This is also BE Aerospace. They've been hit unbelievably because there wasn't a war recently. The only reason, how should I say this? It's going down in price is because there's no war. All right, defense industries don't really serve defense, okay? They're offensive industries. They're offensive weapons, alright? They kill people, alright? That's the goal. They drop bombs, okay? They turn people into craters in the ground, alright? Now, you can look at reality and see that this is reality, and that human beings are a blight on the earth, and that they're savages. They're pretty much barbarians, especially the ones in the third world, okay? They're violent barbarians, and we're gonna kill them. Alright, just like we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yes, the United States committed genocide, and you know what? That's okay as long as I make some money off of it. Alright? Oh, boo-hoo, oh, John, you're so mean and cynical. Oh, I'm gonna cry for you. Alright? You know, number one, if you're stupid enough to live in a country while it's getting attacked by the United States, the biggest military power on earth, you're a dumbass. Okay? You know what I want to say to everybody in Iraq right before the United States was going to invade? You're an idiot. Okay? Don't try to change the world. Change yourself. Get out of Iraq. Okay? Leave Iraq. You could have done it very easily. Alright, the only people who died in the Iraq War are stupid people. Alright? Get out of Iraq. It's very simple, okay? If you're getting attacked by an enemy and you know it's going to happen, leave the place. Alright, that's my advice to you. Alright, and I hope I make a lot of money. And this is also a company I see here, THQ, a software company. They've been hit pretty bad. I'm interested in investing in them because you can't lose. They've been hit so bad that their stock has lost all value, pretty much. But this is the truth about humanity. All right? Yeah, it's awful. It's horrible. Okay? It's an awful world that we live in. All right? The only nation that has not admitted to screwing over colony states is Belgium. Belgium was the only country that acted like an asshole when they imperialized the Congo. Alright? They just committed genocide and killed all the Africans because they were just complete 100% assholes. And they were honest about it. See, the British and the French in the 19th century at least pretended that they were doing something nice by enslaving the population and turning 5-year-olds into diamond miners, alright, for De Beers. Okay, you know, attention, all American dumb women, alright, that ring that you wear, alright, it was mined by children, alright, by black African children who were slaves and were paid not even subsistence wages. They were paid starvation wages to get your diamond that you wear on your ring, your wedding ring. You retarded American sheeple. All right? You thought you got such a great deal on your blood diamond. Well, you know what? You're an idiot. And this is the truth about humanity, okay? It's not pretty. The problem isn't with the elites. Hi, this is Dr. LaPaglia, and I just want to say that I don't smell any conspiracy here. Okay, I don't see anything. Nothing, not at all.
The way it works is like this. Entrepreneurial economics involves workers.
I don't see any conspiracy of, Boeing being connected to Chevron Texaco, committing genocide for oil money. I don't see any conspiracy between Lockheed Martin and
there's a couple of words that don't appear in it. Like
ConocoPhillips. I don't see any conspiracy. Absolutely nothing. I don't see how Mr. Let's see here. How Mr.
Who have a kind of a shadowy existence. They're sort of
Augustine here could somehow be connected.
Every once in a while they come around and they sort of help out the workers.
Plot to get oil blood money. I can't see how. I can't see how it's possible how he could work at Lockheed Martin to make machines that kill people, genocide machines.
That's the Democrats.
I don't see how he could be connected with ConocoPhillips. Oh, wait a minute. I can, because he served on both boards. I was being sarcastic, by the way. The conspiracy is all around you, all right? Just look at it. Okay, they're all interconnected. All of them. They're all interconnected in a big matrix.
Because remember, militias are things raised.
And look, Walt Disney, major media company.
Private armies to defend the country, the people against, the UN.
They're connected with everyone.
Helicopters,
look at it. They're all interconnected. It's a big matrix. Okay? The matrix that Edward Bernays made 8 decades ago, 80 years ago, and you still haven't figured it out. Nobody has figured it out. There's a big matrix. And they're all in it together, all of them. And they're interconnected with the banks, with the financial firms, all of them.
Namely, private tyranny, private power. The guys who are
These are the people who are making your life a living hell.
That's a propaganda achievement.
Mr. Burns.
And the fear is real, and it's based on something.
I don't know, he's like a Simpsons character, isn't he?
Because it is real.
Robert N. Burt,
roughly.
W. Don Cornwell, William C. Stern,
your kids can't eat, and so on and so forth. You have no future. And
William R. Howell.
To be angry about.
Okay.
But people are not focused on what's doing.
These are the people. Franklin D. Raines.
The days in which there was a live.
These are the people who are taking away your freedom.
Exactly these people.
And you don't care about it. You will remain willfully ignorant right up to the very end. Okay, let's continue. How Walt Disney is a war profiteer. How these guys give you propaganda like Alwyn B. Lewis, Judith L. Airston, George J. Mitchell, John E. Bryson, and how they are interconnected through more innocent firms, okay, and bribe their way into academia, by some people. I don't know who. I have no idea who could be guilty of this. I have no idea who is scheming against you. No idea whatsoever. I have absolutely no clue. Let me focus, okay? And how they plot with the big oil firms, and the Council on Foreign Relations. Remember, Edward Bernays founded the Council on Public Relations. The Council on Public Relations. Well, that sounds a lot like the Council on Foreign Relations, doesn't it? Yes, it sure does. Boeing, Chevron Texaco, okay? They make a deal to make machines that kill people. We call it defense, but it's obviously offense. And the blood money for oil goes to these guys. Feitz, Howell, Yearly, Lee, Schofield, Whitman, McNerney, Nunn, Cressa. These are the guys who are plotting against you and taking away your freedom, and you don't care. Because you're lazy, stupid, and dumb. You're all sheeple, and you won't do anything about it. Okay? And cattle that is led to the processing center is easy to kill because they don't care. Alright? They don't complain about being slaves in their cubicles. They don't mind being owned by their owners, like Mr. Augustine and Mr. Laughley, alright? Who own the big military-industrial complex firms. And they're all interconnected through politics. They're all interconnected in the big matrix. Okay? All of them. You want to know who the traitors are to your country? Lynn M. Martin, Nicholas F. Brady, Jack F. Kemp, Barbara Hackman Franklin, Clayton Ueter, Lewis W. Sullivan, okay, who is a medical doctor, okay, has connections with other medical doctors, and can do whatever he wants with the big pharmacological complex, alright? They own you. All of them. It's a big matrix, a big, gigantic matrix. And you can research it for yourself. You can choose to do that. Have you ever wondered why Harvard does not fund alternative healthcare research? Have you ever wondered why? This is why, okay? Because they're all interconnected. These mother effers who are taking away your freedom and giving you slave wages, okay? You can't support a family nowadays, alright? Even with 2 parents working, you can barely make ends meet nowadays. And it's because of these people. These are the people who are stealing your money. Okay, it's not the Federal Reserve, it's not space aliens, it's not the UN, it's not, you know, liberals or conservatives. It's these people, the people who are using Dr. Edward Bernays' techniques all over again, alright? And they create institutions to legitimize your slavery. They create institutions to legitimize your hell that they created. And you get indoctrinated by them as well. Harvard University is an indoctrination center, alright? It's not a center of higher education. That's a propaganda word. Just like Torches of Freedom, which killed my dad. Okay? You know what these people are? They're Nazis. Okay? They don't give a crap about you. They do not care about you. They will kill you for money. Just like they did in previous wars. They do not care about you at all. At all. At all. Thanks for listening.